Investing in real estate can be a great way for a young person to start building wealth. But it's not as easy as plopping down $5,000 and waiting for the passive income to roll in. You have to do your research and be smart about it. When you are just beginning out, you may not have the time or money to invest in rental properties that need more maintenance than you can handle. However, there are a few things you can do to make sure you start on the right foot. What's up everyone, welcome to another video. If you are new here, my name is Leo, and on this channel, I upload videos about investing, personal finance, real estate, cryptocurrencies, stocks, and anything related to making money. So, if this is something you are interested in, consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this one. But before we go on with the video, you must be aware that I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I am just an analyst who conducts research and present my views for educational purposes only. Now, let's get on with the video. In today's video, we're going to talk about how you could start with real estate in your early 20s, and I'm talking about investing in real estate and not being an agent. But this is how you get started in your 20s, because that's what I did. This step-by-step guide will consist of 11 steps which, if you follow accordingly, you will be able to own real estate in your early 20s. This video is aimed at helping you understand the various routes to take to achieve this goal. And really, you could do this at any age. But I wanted to make a video targeting people that are in college. And there are some really neat and interesting features about that position. Number 1. This sounds basic, but you've got to save money. Buying a house is a key financial goal for many people. Many millennials are finding the task to be more difficult than they expected. The high cost of rent and the rising prices of homes have made it difficult for many to save up enough money to buy their first house. But the average cost per square foot of a home in the US at $125 per square foot, and with an average of 1,800 square feet per home, it's going to cost you $245,000 just to buy one home. Buying a home is the American dream. It's also a smart way to invest your money. Research shows that home ownership is the single biggest driver of wealth in America. So, in order to do this, you are going to have to save money. There is just no way around that. We are talking about something in the area of $15,000 to $25,000. Number 2. You need credit. You've got to start building credit. It's so important. Most people are like, oh well, I'm in my 20s. I don't have credit. I'm too young to build credit. I'm sorry, but this is extremely important. Even for renting a place and moving out you will need credit nowadays. You have to start establishing your credit. Do it at 18. Go to the closest bank and ask to get a secured line of credit. Secured lines of credit are a form of borrowing that is backed by the borrower's assets as collateral. They are often used as a way to build or rebuild credit. A secured line of credit is a type of loan that a borrower can obtain to borrow funds by offering as collateral specified assets such as a home, car, investments, or other real property. In your case, you can use cash in a checking account as your collateral. Say you have $500 in your checking account, they will give you a credit card with a $500 limit. Just make sure you pay it off every month, religiously. Number 3. I hate to say it, you have to have a job. It's not for qualifying. We're going to talk about that later. But the most important thing is to have a job. So that worst case, you can always at least make the payment. Let's say your housing payment is $1,500 a month and you make $2,000 a month. That's fine. And I'm not suggesting that you want to be that tight all the time. But this is when you're 20 years old. If you're making $2,000 in your 20s, that's great. And even if it's a 9-to-5 job. I know that 9-to-5 have a bad rep, but it's really good because it's a secure job. You can rely on that money. Of course, you could get fired or something happens. But for the most part, you work these many hours per week and you make this amount of money per hour. It's predictable. Unlike self-employment, especially for a 20-year-old. It's very difficult to make consistent money at 20 while self-employed. Take advantage of consistent employment. I think it's really bad advice when I hear so many videos on YouTube telling people to quit their 9-to-5. Take advantage of that predictability. Your 9-to-5 gets you to buy a house. Number 4. Have a fallback living space. If, for whatever reason, you are not able to make extra money or live off the rest of your savings until your income increases over time, you can rent a property out and move in with your parents, siblings, or even a friend. You want to make sure that the property can be rented and cover as much of that payment as possible. Just know you can always fall back on something where worst case scenario you have to evacuate. Number 5. It's also a good idea to make sure that you can afford the payment. Don't get a $5,000 payment because you can make it happen with the advice that's coming up. Even though some of the advice that I'm gonna give later in this video means that you can actually get a higher payment than what you're making. You don't want to be in a place where you're not comfortable with the payment. Because ultimately, you need to make sure that everything goes okay. You don't have to start out extravagant. It's okay to start out with a condo, or townhouse, or small house. You just want to start somewhere. So you could start building that equity. Number 6. An option for a fallback is to get a roommate, which when you have an attached bathroom, makes your life easier living with another person. Because it's not really fun to share bathrooms with people. If you have a place that has 2 bathrooms, you should be able to easily get a roommate that could take the guest bath and rent out a room at least for $700 to $1,200 per month, depending on your area. Living with roommates is the most common living arrangement for young adults in America. This can be a really great opportunity to meet new people and make new friends. It offers a more social lifestyle, but it also means you have to share your space, your belongings, and all the responsibilities that go along with that. Your roommates might not be your best friends, and they could have a terrible time paying bills or cleaning the dishes. You might have to take over for them every now and then when it gets busy at work, but that's part of life as well. If you get frustrated by how much work you end up having to do, it's important that you communicate with your roommates and ask for help. Number 7. You gotta have help. I'm sorry to say when you're 20 years old, you probably don't already have 2 years of work experience, you probably don't have the qualifying income anyway. So this is what you need to do. And don't feel bad either. It's totally normal. Find a relative with a little debt, a decent credit score, and enough income to help you qualify. The very important part about this is you have to remember to start building your credit. Remember the credit step. You got to start building it because everybody who goes on the loan to get the best pricing has to have at least a 740 credit score, and it's okay, as long as you're above 700, you should be fine, you don't need an 800. So don't worry too much about having that perfect super high score, just get it over 700 as soon as you can find somebody who you can qualify with who also has an over 700. And it is okay also being on the hook for the debt, so you'd better not mess them up. Because these are going to be people who might be able to help you set up future deals as well. Just watch out, if you have a bunch of student debt, qualifying can sometimes be near impossible because the student debt payments really kill not only your qualifying ability, but even if you bring a cosigner on that has little debt themselves and they have a great job, or even just a decent job where they can prove income, your student loan debt could kill it all. The same goes for credit card debt, auto loan debt, and any kind of debt payments that will lower your ability to make this happen. So you need to build credit but not build debt. Number 8. To minimize your chances of you getting screwed and the people that lend you money getting screwed, or the people that co-sign with you getting screwed. Basically to minimize all your chances of failure. Here's what kind of property you need to buy. The ideal property to buy is one that is cosmetically dated, as in it has a shag carpet, wallpaper, acoustic ceilings, original kitchens, original bathrooms, but they've done the expensive stuff. They put in a new water heater, they put in impact windows, they've replaced the roof recently, and they've replaced the heating and air system. This way you're not going to compete with other home buyers, because most home buyers don't go for this cosmetic stuff, you're gonna compete with house flippers. And you'll win every time because you can pay more. A flipper has to build in their selling costs. And they have to have their margin so tight that in a few months, they can put it back on the market and try to make some profit. Especially since flippers have to pay short-term capital gains after every sale. It makes flipping very, very expensive. Number 9. Get an FHA loan. FHA home mortgages are a type of government-backed mortgage that provides lower down payments, more lenient credit requirements, and more flexible income guidelines. FHA loans are especially popular with first-time homebuyers because they offer lower out-of-pocket expenses and the ability to make a down payment in installments. You need 3.5% of your own money on an FHA loan. You can have what's called a non-occupant co-borrower, which means your parents are now able to co-sign with you, qualify for the property, and they don't even have to live there. But you get to live there. Do you have to pay mortgage insurance? Yes, but don't worry about that, number 11 has a solution for that. So just a little bit of perspective on what 3.5% down payment means. That means if you get a $300,000 property, you put down just $10,500. There are going to be some closing costs. But the point is you just need $10,500 and you control a $300,000 piece of real estate, which is awesome. But it is critical that you can make the payments or have something to fall back on in case something happens or you lose your job. Number 10. Do some fix up yourself. Some people are afraid to buy a new property and fix it up themselves because they fear that they won't be able to do the job right. But this is not true. With a little bit of research, anyone can learn some new skills like basic construction or electricity, paint, repair roofing, removing carpet, and more. There are many do-it-yourself guides and YouTube videos that provide useful information for anyone who is interested in home improvement. Sometimes it's good to know how to do a few handyman tasks around your home. This is especially true when you're using the property for rental purposes. So, when you embark on this new project, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, get the right skill set and tools that can help you make light work of these tasks. Another argument is that it's impossible to make a living off of these skills because they are not high-paying skilled trades. I believe the skills taught in do-it-yourself guides and YouTube videos are actually quite valuable and can help you get a job in those fields if you want. The fact is that there has been an increase in people who want to learn these skills. Number 11. Once you've built equity in the property, now you do a refinance. A real estate property refinance is a home loan that allows homeowners to pay off their current mortgage and replace it with a new one. It might be for their main home or for an investment property. Refinancing your property can be a great way to save money. There are many benefits to refinancing, such as paying off your mortgage early, freeing up cash flow from the equity in your home, taking advantage of lower interest rates, and saving money on the monthly mortgage payments. Refinancing your property is a way to lower your monthly payments by stretching out your loan time. And now you officially own the entire property. Because ideally, by the time you refinance, your income has gone up, you could qualify for the house yourself, and your equity positions have gone up as well, because hopefully, the market's appreciated, but not only that, you bought a great deal, and you finished fixing up the property. Now you can get an appraisal for more money. So you refinance and you get rid of that mortgage insurance. So, what if you fail? What if the market falls? Well, if the market falls to a point where you're upside down, as long as you can rent the property out and use your fallback, you should be okay, and there really should be no reason why you can't rent the property out. And this will be all for today. I hope this video provides you with all the guidance and tools you need to start early. I strongly believe investing in real estate early is one of the best ways to plan for the future. It's also a great way to take advantage of those initial years when income is likely more limited than it will be later in life. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notifications bell for more videos like this one. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you on the next one.